Well, hello everybody, Roger here, and welcome to my channel, Roger's Reads. So today I am going to do another book tag, and this is going to be the Stranger Things book tag. For those of you who aren't familiar with it, Stranger Things is a really fun television show that I think was a Netflix original, and it's on its second season right now. And it's a great show. It's fun. So somebody, Julia Sapphire, I believe, wasn't it? Yes, Julia Sapphire created the original tag, and I will put a link to her original video below. So, the Stranger Things book tag. First question. Epic intro. The opening sequence of Stranger Things is amazing and really grabs your attention. Name a book that grabbed your attention from the first page. Now for this, I would have to say Interview with a Vampire by Anne Rice. I still remember when I picked up this book from the bookstore when I was at college. I came home from school, sat at the kitchen table, and started reading Interview with a Vampire. And I ended up sitting there for hours until I finished the entire book in one sitting. I was so engrossed. But I mean, the book started out right away with, what was he, a journalist? A reporter who wanted to interview. He collected people's lives. So he met this vampire, the so-called vampire at a bar, and he offered to write his life story. So, of course, he doesn't believe he's a vampire, but almost like right in the first page or two, the vampire whisks across the room and shows up in front of him before he had a chance to even think. And he goes, holy shit, this is really a vampire. So then he writes his story. So yeah, so that those first page or two just grabbed me and sucked me right into the story. Second one, Dungeons and Dragons. Name a fantasy world that you would like to experience for yourself. The first one that comes to mind would be Harry Potter because, you know, hello, Hogwarts. But then as I thought more about it, there were several others that came to mind. Fillory from the world of the Magicians, which is an excellent book by Lev Grossman, The Magicians. And that was actually made into a TV series as well. And the series was pretty good. Also, the world of Percy Jackson with the Olympian gods would be kind of fun too. But one fantasy world I would really love to visit would be Discworld, created by Terry Pratchett. Now, Discworld is one of my favorite series of books, one that I do plan on rereading in the near future. And who knows, maybe I'll do a Terry Pratchett read-along, working through the entire Terry Pratchett Discworld series. That might be a fun thing to do in the future. Okay, so next question, squad goals. When 11 met Mike, Dustin, and Lucas, it was a mostly perfect team. Name your favorite bookish group of friends. I have a difficult time coming up with a group of friends, a bookish group of friends in a book or series. There are plenty of books with single bookish characters, but to come up with a group, one of the first people that popped into my head were Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell. Though they didn't exactly read books per se, but they shared comics or graphic novels, so that should count, right? Another one that comes to mind is maybe Eliza from the book Eliza and Her Monsters. Maybe Eliza, Wallace, Max, and Emmy, as their entire world revolved around webcomics and fan fiction. There's also the characters of the Vampire Diaries, written by L.J. Smith. Yeah, L.J. Smith. Because just about everybody in the book maintains diaries, if I remember correctly, and they read a lot and talked about the diaries. Oh, wait, I got it. Group of Bookish Friends, the Jane Austen Book Club, written by Karen J. Fowler? Karen J. Fowler, I think. This book revolved around characters who loved reading Jane Austen books. And after reading this book, you might want to go out and read some Jane Austen yourself. After I finished it, I went out and read Pride and Prejudice and Zombies by Seth Grahame-Smith, which kind of counts as Jane Austen-ish, right? The next question. The ABCs of Christmas Lights. Joyce Byers goes mad with grief after Will goes missing. Name your favorite mentally unhinged character. So at first I thought of Kaz Brekker from the Six of Crows. Even though I hated the cliffhanger ending, I did enjoy the characters that the author created and thought Kaz was the perfect broken character. Actually, when you think about it, all the characters in the book were kind of unhinged in a way. But maybe my all-time favorite demented, unhinged character would be Hannibal Lecter from The Silence of the Lambs and the Red Dragon, written by Thomas Harris. So next question. The Upside Down. Name a book that was the opposite of what you expected. I probably would say The Catcher in the Rye. See, I don't know why I thought this book would be boring. I thought I read it in high school and didn't end up finishing it for some reason, but I thought it would be boring. But I just finished it a couple of days ago, and it is not boring in the least. In fact, I found myself laughing hysterically during many places throughout the book. But then, when I figured out what the book might really be about as I neared the end, I was surprised, as I did not expect that at all. So I'm probably going to do a full review on this book within the next couple of days, or maybe it'll be already up there by the time I post this. Another book which kind of fit that bill would be Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. I initially thought this book was about something else when I started reading it, until I realized what the true theme of the book was. Next question. Mad Scientists. Dr. Brenner likes to get freaky with humanity. Name the freakiest dystopian government you can think of. Well, definitely The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins wins this one. I mean, what kind of government holds annual games to kill off the innocent citizens? Definitely, this is not only a freaky government, but also a government that's kind of sick in the head. Number 7, Demogorgon. Name a scary, bookish creature that you would not want to come through your walls. You know what? The first thing that popped in my head from this question would be the sandworms from Dune. Dune, written by Frank Herbert. Now, these are gigantic worms, like colossal sized, with razor-sharp teeth. I remember I read this book when I was pretty little. I was a young kid when I read this book, and the worms really creeped me out. Cliffhanger ending. Name a book that left you wanting more. For this, I would choose The Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo, which I just recently read not too long ago, and the Book of Dust by Philip Pullman. Both of those ended on cliffhangers. And I know I usually tend to avoid books with cliffhangers, but it's not always easy. But those are two pretty good books by cliffhangers. So I think that's it for this. That is it for this tag. As always, I thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and feel free to do this tag yourself if you haven't already done it. And I will talk to you in the next video. Bye-bye.